Welcome.
Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bitch, you won't do all that camping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' type me to death? What you gon' kill me on pictures? Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bitch, you won't do all that camping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' fight me to death? What you gon' kill me with pictures? Some nigga just killed me on a post. I swear these niggas do the most. Talking about my nose, he say he gon' wipe it, but he ain't gon' do it cause he rather type it. I'm doing me, I know they don't like it. I'm about my chick even more than the Nike. You taking pics with your uncle gun. That money you showing, most it ones. You a cyber thug, all online looking, acting just like a thug. At the club you be quiet as fuck, praying a nigga don't tighten you up. Treat you like the blunt, we lighten you up. Cause you ain't fighting, you just hyping, lil' bruh. You Wi-Fi hard, internet tough, but we ain't into all that internet stuff. I'm getting mine, you just get online. Fantasy world, you living a lie. On IG taking pics with a dime. In real life, your bitch ain't even fine. You act like you tough, but you tired. That pistol you holding ain't never been fired. On Facebook, you the nigga. He a killer long as he on Twitter. I swear these niggas some cowards. Then we catch you in the jungle, your ass get devoured. I swear these line niggas reckless. So I guess when they want me dead, they gotta text me. Guess I didn't get the message. These niggas weak, internet flexing. Play with me, I'ma shoot more than Kobe. I send them hitters, they send emojis. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bitch, you won't do all that camping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' type me to death? What you gon' kill me on pictures? Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bitch, you won't do all that camping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' fight me to death? What you gon' kill me with pictures? I'm out here living the life, y'all niggas living for life. Posting pics, showing out for the bitch. Nigga capping like he rich. I guess it ain't no more normal people. Got a million friends, you don't know them people. See the nigga on the snap in a Hummer. Come to find out he still live with his mama. Showing your money, bills, and marijuana. You dry snitching, boy, you hot as the summer. These bitches really catfishing. Got niggas thinking they got bad bitches. All the shit really bad bitches. You ain't that bitch, you ain't that nigga. You can be who you want on a picture. Type some shit, make them think you a killer. These niggas real, really not really. I must be out of touch cause I don't feel it. I just like getting money, fucking bitches. My shit in real time, fuck a picture. You really ain't on shit, boy, I'm on some grown shit. Boy, I make one call and they'll come with them long clips. Don't get killed for some phone shit. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bet you won't do all that capping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' type me to death? What you gon' kill me on pictures? Internet gangster, keyboard killer. Bet you won't do all that capping, you see me in public, little nigga. Internet gangster, keyboard killer. What you gon' fight me to death? What you gon' kill me with pictures?
That nigga
I had to bring out an old school intro. I did that long time ago. Yeah, I used to use that a long time ago. How y'all doing tonight, man? Good to see y'all. What's up, my peoples? Everybody doing good tonight? I hope. I hope. I hope. What's up? I got some jewels. I got some sparkles. Sparkles. What's up, peeps? How y'all living? I hope everybody's doing well, living good. It's Friday. Friday. What's up, Hank? Venna, how you doing? Watts, what's good? Sonia said she'll be back, y'all. She'll be back. What's up, Mindy? What's up, Cuddle? Miss Robinson? What's up with y'all? Brandy, what's good? Arista. West Virginia, Mountain Girl down south. How you doing, Angela? Kimmy KO in the house. Venna dropping jewels on me. Juice Reveal said, hello, host. I was just watching this case on Law Crime News. Now your live stream has popped up in my algorithms. Great follow up, YouTube. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. Brandy, how are you? How you guys doing? Cuddle, what's up? Juice Reveal, what's up? Diet Pepsi, how you doing? Yeah, we're gonna be going over. So I got some more. I got some silver stars. When I get a silver star, I'm gonna look like it's a shooting star. It's a shooting star, yo. Thank you, Elizabeth. How y'all doing? Kimmy in the house, Lily in the building. Yeah, there's some things that we're going to talk about tonight, whether Elizabeth is a victim, whether she's just a horrible parent, whether it's just part of the circumstances, because her attorney don't seem to me like he's got much fucking sense. What's his name? Tolly, what's up, Sam? Regina? Hello, everyone in the building. What's his name? Tolly? I did learn, remember when I said that those people that were breaking into these folks' home while they're in jail, they're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna get their asses in trouble. Watch. And I seen on a post of a news conference. It wasn't a news conference. It was the I think it was the prosecutor on this case. If I'm not sure, I believe he was asking for extra $20,000 or extra. Was it extra 200 or 20? I stand corrected either way. He was asking for an extra 200 or an extra $20,000 to go on top of the money that they need to try this case and to take care of everything. And they want that extra money to help with prosecuting people that have went onto that property. And I'm sure that's exactly what he meant, y'all. The state has also filed for permanent custody. I don't think the Siders will be getting their children back anytime. I don't. Her attorney's a joke. He absolutely is. I dug some research into him. I think this is his first major case. Like, he just became his own attorney, like, started practicing law by himself, I think a year ago. So he's probably taken this case to get himself a little bit of notoriety. And let me tell you, it's going to get you some. But these attorneys don't care. They'll take a case like this, whether they win or lose, because they want the notoriety. They want people looking at their law firm. They need to make money. But I'm going to watch the beginning of this, and this is about what we know. I don't want to watch the end of it because we've seen the end of it, and I think Cuomo did like a recap. But I believe he in this video, he also speaks, the attorney or whatever speaks about having people arrested for what they're doing to the house. Like, this is a crime scene, and people are going over and breaking in, dude. That's not very smart. I don't know if they're going to be able to get you for burglary because you're not committing a crime while you're in there, but it is breaking and entering. It is trespassing. It is fucking with a crime scene. Because I bet you investigators are still going to be going in and out of there. What's up, Twister? 1 second, y'all. I didn't share. Duh. I got a clip of a woman talking about me last night, and she'd been on YouTube for 15 years. She said 10 years, something like that. Don't even know how to share a fucking screen, bro. Like, get on, shut up.
There, really, that's. But
How y'all
there's
doing
still
tonight?
stuff to mine. It does show, though, that the system is getting nervous about what's out there about this case and that it's so prejudicial. Well, the question is, should it be? I think a good way to look at the House of Horrors and what this means about the family involved, the siders, and who is the bad guy, or are there bad guys, or there bad guys and women? Are there victims among the adults involved, or an adult?
Okay, I'm gonna post a poll. I want to poll this tonight. I don't do a whole lot of these. You guys take a poll, please, if you would. Was she a victim or is she just a horrible parent? Because if she's going along with the narrative that I love my kids, we're just poor, then you're a horrible parent. Okay, you're not groomed, you're not led to believe anything, you're not told you got to do this. You're just a horrible fucking parent.
Involved. Is that the mother who gave birth to all of these kids?
That's probably exactly right.
Is there any theory of that? Have we ever heard of that before? Can it be that someone could treat kids this way as a mother and yet still be a victim?
No.
That is a very controversial
I don't know.
thought. So how do we look at it? A good way to look at it is through the lens of what we have seen before. What have we seen like this? Ordinarily, I'd say nothing. I've never seen anything like this before. But yes, I have. There are several cases of abductions over time, systematic abuse, perverse, depraved abuse, prolonged years, but not this many people. And not by people who are trying to have it where this isn't trafficking. This isn't a set up system of to destroy these children. That even if misplaced, there's a belief that they were doing something else. And that is the Turpin family case. Do you remember that? David and Louise Turpin, arrested on January 4th, 2018, after one of their daughters, a 17-year-old, escaped out of a window from their home in California, a remote part of California, Paris, California.
And see, the thing is, they were being chained to the beds and all kinds of shit. But she escaped. These kids had phones. These kids are able to dial 911 in a heartbeat. Hey, I need help. My daddy is beating me, or my daddy hasn't fed me. So it kind of makes me wonder. Hi, CG. It kind of makes me wonder, y'all. It does. And there's 18-year-olds in there. Absolutely, Lee. I'm poor as shit too, honey. I'm poor as shit too. But hey, I don't live in a fucking trifling way. Like, why wouldn't the 18-year-old reach out for some kind of help? Like, there are other people that they know. They have to know someone else, right? They're online. They're messaging people. Tell something. Like, why didn't one of those kids tell? When in the Turpin case, one of them escaped through the window. Why didn't anyone say anything?
And called 911. Her call led police to discover that she and her alleged 12 siblings, her 12 siblings, had allegedly suffered years and years of severe abuse and neglect. And of course, they did. The Turpins had 13 kids, aged 2 to 29.
I mean, there's a fair chance. I'm not saying there's a big chance, because I don't like to think this way. But there's a fair chance that the 18-year-old is possibly a victim as well, like being bothered, touched, by old man Gary or Gary Jr. There's all kinds of
Investigators
things,
found that many of the kids were extremely
all kinds
malnourished,
of things I've
isolated,
thought
living
about,
in
man. These
unsanitary
horrible
conditions.
things.
Some had been restrained to beds for long periods. Bathing was an irregularity. Neighbors saw the kids, though. Neighbors knew they had kids, knew the kids were there. And
they were there. The kids, they weren't hiding their children. They were just treating them bad. They hid these kids. Think about it. There's now 4 homes that they can count on. 4 different homes that they know that this family lived in. So it sounds to me like Elizabeth and Gary Sr. and Gary and Miss Siders, Christina, just kept moving. Hi, Chris. Just kept moving to avoid getting caught up. And that's not lazy. You guys know what it takes to move. Dude, moving takes all kinds of stuff to happen, like they say. I heard this today when I was watching. Like moving a home, they trashed all the homes. They absolutely did, too.
The kids were weird, but that they didn't know how bad it was. Same thing you hear with the House of Horrors in Ohio, except their neighbors barely knew they had any kids. Never saw the kids.
Future miniseries.
And there, the situation wound up being a really weird control dynamic.
Yeah, it was just control. That's all they wanted. The Turpins just wanted control of their kids. And they just did it in a way that, I don't know, in a horrible fucking way, But it was all about control. And that to me is weird, because you would think that you would have your own kind of control over your kids regardless, right? Like, they're your children. They grew up in your household. You've taken care of them. You've spanked their butts. You fucking whipped. You've given them. You fed them. You fucking changed their diapers. I mean, you got some kind of control over your kids in some way while they're living in your house. Why would it have to go to chaining your kids to a bed? That's weird.
That's what it was for the Turpins.
I don't like any harming of children.
And that's why they did it. It was very unsatisfying to me.
Yeah, they were cold.
And never really made sense, never really bought it, but that's how it was adjudicated.
Yeah, they would shackle. One of the stories I heard and read and seen about was that the Turpins would shackle their children to a bed, to a pole or whatever's in the house that they can't get off of, and put pies and freshly made food out. And the kids couldn't reach it or get to it, and they'd starve them while food sat 10 feet from them. That's creepy, dude. Parents have to have some type of control over their children. I mean, you just have to, because if not, you got a kid that's out of control. My son has numerous holes in the walls. He knows how to patch them. Yep. My kids never really did that. I remember my kid punched a tree one time, and he realized that trees don't move, and trees don't create holes, and just they stay the way they are. And he found out real quick about it. But like, my children never really did that. I never had to whoop my kids. I don't know. I never had to. Yeah, held food that's crazy, dude. To like put them up, like chain them up and say, well, here's some food, but you can't reach it until you start acting right.
So what lens does that give us into this case? Well, we have 2 incredible opportunities today. One, we're going to talk to one of the main investigators on the Turpin case. What led to the greatest discoveries there? What mattered? What was relevant in the analysis of how bad this was, what motivated it, and what you have to look for?
The Turpin case was in California, and I think he just said 2018. It was a big California thing. Nah, I punched holes in my walls too. I think it's just a man thing. Men get angry, and we don't know how to take it out sometimes. Those parents do look creepy. They were like religious. I don't know what they were like as far as religion, but they were like religious and like, I don't know. It was like a cult like thing with them. But I don't think that I get that with the Siders. I don't get the same vibe with the Siders.
To make the case as obvious as it may.
And by the way, guys, tonight I will be going on to Rebecca's channel tonight. So she's hosting a live stream tonight. We'll be appearing on that as well, man. So make sure you guys go over there too.
Seen.
9
then
p.m.
We'll flip it. Maybe it's not the Turpin case. Maybe it's not what it seems, at least not for everyone involved in the House of Horrors. Maybe not for the mother, which for me, on one level, would be the hardest thing to believe. Why? Because she's the one who gave birth to all these kids, and you would think that she would be the most invested in their well-being. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something else to it. How do we know? Well, while there is a gag order for Gary Siders Jr., after his attorney argued that statements made by public officials created a substantial risk of prejudicing potential jurors.
But the problem is this. Why have a gag order if everyone else in the case doesn't have a gag order? It kind of makes no sense, and it kind of makes your client look the worst out of all of them. It does to me, right? What it reads to me is, what do you got to hide, bud? Am I bullshitting y'all? Because if the whole fucking case doesn't get gag ordered, you're the one that's singled out, and you should have fucking, like, you look the worst now because you don't want anyone knowing this, you don't want anyone knowing that, but people are going to find out. I'm having Pepsi today, y'all. Yeah, like, you go get, like, no one else on the case has a gag order, but we're still going to be able to see kind of what's going on through the paperwork of others. Like, it's that simple.
That he may not get a fair trial. They put a gag. The attorneys for the other family members criticize the officials' comments as inflammatory, but they are not gagged. And that is an amazing opportunity for us. And why? Because it allows us to have the attorney for the mother, Elizabeth Siders. Is she a victim? Is that possible? Is it probable? Is there any reason to believe it? Who would know better than her attorney, who has now had some time to familiarize himself with this case that he didn't?
All right, that's enough for that one. Let me bring that one down. I think we went over that after that. But I did see where the Attorney General, I believe it's the attorney, I don't know if it's the Attorney General or not. News Nation says that they have new details. Let's go see, or unless we're being clickbaited. Let's see.
12-foot room inside a dilapidated, feces-covered house in Hamden, Ohio. Much of the reporting has focused on the background of the young mother in this case, Elizabeth Siders. But of course, as we know, Elizabeth Siders isn't the only defendant. She wasn't the only adult who was living in that so-called House of Horrors. No, her husband, Gary Siders Jr., his parents, Gary Siders Sr., Christina Siders, they all live there too. They've all been arrested. They're all facing criminal charges. But now, LA Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon has been doing a deep dive into this case to learn more about the rest of the family, how it was possible for such alleged atrocities to go on for so long, and what she found out could change this case. Welcome back, Lauren. Good to see you as always. First, I just got to start with Gary Siders Sr. There's going to be an evaluation about the insanity defense, about competency to stand trial, which, by the way, is different than insanity. Just if he understands the case against him and can participate in his own defense. What's going on?
I don't think. Okay, so what's the thing with the case of, like, if you're not competent to stand trial, then what? Does that absolve you of all crimes? What do you want, kitty kitty? I don't have nothing for you. I don't have nothing for you, kitty. Don't knock that over. What you doing, buddy? You're just getting in my way because you can, right? Okay, little dude. Karma. Kitty, kitty. Get out of the way, little kitty.
Yes, exactly, Jesse. As you said, these are two separate issues here, and a judge has ordered evaluations on both. So one,
So, like, you don't get absolved of your crimes, I'm hoping, right? You wouldn't be absolved of your
Issues here,
crimes.
and a judge has ordered evaluations on both. So, one, they are ordering a competency to stand trial evaluation because, per
Competency,
Gary
that's it.
Sider Sr.'s attorney, when he was initially arrested and he was arraigned, he had no idea what was going on. He couldn't really identify the judge's role, not even his own lawyer's role. And so, as a defendant, you really need to be capable to help with your own defense, and they're not sure that that's going to happen. Additionally,
What she's saying is when he was going to jail, he didn't even understand why he was going to jail or what in the hell was even going on. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Now you gotta figure out how much of this did he really know about and how long did he allow it to go on? Because even though you are crazy now, you weren't that way the whole time. That's going to be tough to fight him. That's going to be a hard trial. They're going to have to probably put this on Gary to make it work. And I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go.
the
Gary and
NGI
Elizabeth.
is being explored because he will be evaluated to see if he was possibly mentally incapacitated during the time that this alleged crime occurred.
Right.
However, it does seem like
It occurred
from
for
what we
18
know
years.
so far, this neglect or alleged neglect was ongoing. So we'll see what happens with that. But I mean,
Right.
Jesse, it does seem like
He's got more than senior.
He
He's got more than
have some
cancer. He
diminished
can't.
capacity here.
And that's interesting for insanity. Usually it's about one isolated incident. If you talk about a prolonged period of time, you have to show that he was insane throughout that whole period. Let me ask you this.
That's what I was saying. So it's true. They have to claim that he was incompetent the whole time they were raising these kids. And I don't think they're going to do that. So how do they find out? What's up, L Kitty Kitty? What's up, cat? With the L in the front. How do you know if he was incompetent 18 years ago? All right, that's a good point, Angela. That's a great point. But what age do you think that you start to understand that things in the world are a little different than what you realized as a kid? I can tell you what age I think it was, but I was probably 14, 15 before I started to like mature into understanding that there's a life out here and it wasn't all kid and play baby games. Maybe 14, 15. But I also wasn't put through tons of abuse before then either. So this is such a bad thing, dude. This is so horrible, guys. No, they won't be talking to each other. They're co-defendants. They probably got restraining orders on each other. Yep. The only way they're allowed to talk to each other is try to send a kite through the jail system. You can give it to somebody give it to this person, somebody give it to that person, then it ends up in her hands.
The way this all started, right? Early
This is
reports
a horrible
suggested that
case,
the first
dude.
search,
This
was
is
all
so
discovered by
bad.
police, right, stemmed from a warrant for Gary Sider's Jr.'s public indecency case. But I understand you learned that might not be accurate.
Yes, I thought it was from these charges as well. There's about 4 separate charges for public indecency in May of 2026, but his lawyers kind of spoke out and said, look, I don't think this is the case. I would be very surprised if this was the case that, these investigators showed up at the house, kind of guns blazing, if you will, for a public indecency charge or two. So we don't know at this moment why they were at the house, but hopefully we will find out soon.
But just to be clear, they're not saying, oh my gosh, police didn't have the proper warrant, that the search of the property wasn't lawful. They're just saying if they went in, they probably knew something else.
Correct.
Okay.
It
Okay.
seems like at this point it was about something else.
Got
we
it.
just don't know what
There we go. There we go. So the cops probably did know or get a tip. Yeah.
that was, what that is.
Local station WBNS 10 spoke with employees at a Dollar General who recognized.
He's probably in protective custody, to be honest. Yeah, he's probably locked away.
The family. We've all been wondering, did anybody notice anything about them? So what did these people know in the store?
Yes, this is really interesting. I've seen several interviews with locals and yes, including a Dollar General employee who stated that members of the Siders family, namely Elizabeth Siders and Gary Jr., would come into the store at night is when they saw them. And there was a pretty terrible.
Seeing them at night is also indicative of drug use. A lot of times people on drugs, especially speed and shit like that, they're up all night. They party at night, they sleep all day. That's very true.
Odor, to the point that this employee said she kind of had to Lysol when they would come into the store. And when they would leave the store, they would generally buy diapers and chips. Sometimes they wouldn't have enough money to pay. Again, their hygiene was very, very poor. But she said this wasn't uncommon because this area is just so impoverished. And Jesse, I've been researching the Vinton County, Ohio area. I mean, the median salary here is $55,000. And you know,
you can live on 55, yo. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude, there's people out here living on 20. That's not 50.
It's very, very small. I think this is actually the smallest county in Ohio. Additionally, only 13% of people there are college graduates.
And I wonder if that's going to be a defense. What else did you expect us to do? It's not like we were neglecting the children. This is the best we could do given the circumstances. We have 30 seconds, Lauren. You've reviewed Facebook posts from the niece of Gary Sr. and Christina. What have they said about their aunt and uncle? I apologize. We only have about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the niece is kind of speaking out, saying it doesn't seem like her aunt and uncle would neglect these children. So she's kind of thinking, you know, is something wrong with them mentally?
Should they take an evaluate? They're probably going to evaluate all of them, I would think, right? Just to clear up any kind of defense that they might have. Yeah, she could have been on WIC. Like, there's something called WIC here in Indianapolis where women get food stamps and they get this thing called WIC. They get it while they're pregnant and they get it for so long after the child's born. Into like 3 years old, they get it. And it gives you milk. It gives you certificates for diapers, fucking certificates for formula, juices, baby foods, cheese, vegetables. You can get all kinds of things with it. That's all. That's what I'm talking about, Lily. There's people living off 20 and under. Yeah. You just got to live by your means, man. You have to live by your means. Absolutely.
She did say in her experience that Gary Siders Jr. could do no wrong. He was, you know, kind of like the golden child, if you will. So, you know,
What?
I think that, again.
What? Well, they looked into it and said only 2 of them did. Dude, Gary is the golden child? He's the good boy? I doubt that.
I'm tracking everything on Facebook. I'm tracking what the family says, but until law enforcement confirms certain aspects of this case, so much is still unknown.
So much really is
it does.
unknown, including
pulling around the arm and shit.
How are they able to operate like this? Lauren Conlon, excellent reporting, and thank you for coming on as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jesse.
When authorities in Vinton County, Ohio, reportedly discovered 16 children ranging in age from 1.5 to 18 years old locked away in a feces-covered 12 by 12 room, barely able to communicate with serious medical conditions, the question of who to hold responsible became an immediate one. And the answer was pretty clear. As we reported yesterday, 4 adults also lived in that house. The children's parents, according to one of their...
I got a friend of mine that works fast food, and he lives off of it. Swear I do. Yep. He lives right around the corner from me, and probably about, I don't know, a mile down the road, mile and a half. He works fast food, bro. I think he makes $15 an hour, and he lives off that. He sure does, man. What's that, about 20 grand a year, maybe? Yeah. I think he owns his car, though. I think he owns his car. He does. Minimum wage 15 there. Damn. I think it's like 7.25 here.
Lawyers anyway. 33-year-old Elizabeth Siders and her husband, 36-year-old Gary Siders Jr., parents, 67-year-old Christina Siders, 73-year-old Gary Siders Sr., all whom are now facing multiple charges related to these horrific conditions those poor children were allegedly found in. But the more we learn about the family's past, the more shocking this entire case becomes. LA Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon has been digging deep into this Ohio house of horrors. Her latest article just dropped this morning. She joins me live now. Thanks so much for taking the time, Lauren. What have you learned about the kids' parents? Because we reported yesterday that Elizabeth, the mother, was only 15 when she got married. What did we learn about their education, their work? What more can you tell us?
Yes, well, I've been digging a little bit further, as you said, and something I came across today was the fact that Elizabeth and Gary Siders, she gave birth in 2022 to conjoined twins at 24 weeks, and they subsequently passed away. And Jesse, she gave birth to these twins in a local hospital, and I found that very noteworthy.
All
here
of these kids.
Because a lot of people are wondering, did she give birth to these 16 children in this house, this rental house? There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that are unknown. I mean, there's a lot of things right now that Elizabeth Siders' attorney doesn't even know. And he's kind of said this. He's kind of said, look, I asked the public to reserve the judgment, so to speak, because we are still trying to figure out if she might be a victim here, because Elizabeth Siders was able somehow to marry
a victim. She got married at 15 to a guy that was 18. Is that too far off, really? I mean, it's not that far from each other. Sure, he's an adult at 18, however you want to call it. I don't think you're an adult at 18. I don't. I think you need to be at least 21 years old before you can call yourself an adult. Hell, I wasn't an adult until my 30s. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't commit to being an adult until my 30s. I was a fuck up. But I didn't ruin my kids' lives. I didn't hold my kids back. Oh, man, dude. And she birthed these children. Why wouldn't she have that much love in her heart to take care of these kids better than she did? Like, where is the love? Like, women have kids and that's their complete lives, dude. Like, women have a bond with their children way more than the dads could ever have. Like, I'm just being honest, dude. I mean, I love my baby girls and they love their dad, but I'm nothing compared to mama. And I love that. I don't not like that. I tell them every time I see them, take care of your mama, be good to your mama, love your mama. You know, I always have done that because we kept a good relationship. You know, we're not fucking, but I don't hate her either. We've just kept a good relationship, man. Anytime them kids need anything, they call dad. Dad take care of that. forever and ever and ever.
Gary Siders, as you said, when she was 15 and he was 18 years old, they had to go to West Virginia where they got a presiding judge to sign off on this because she was a minor, as well as her parents. And that marriage certificate and all of that information stated that she had completed only the 8th grade by the time she was 15, and Gary Siders had completed the 9th grade. So,
ouch. 9th and 8th. I'm not a big everybody should have their education guy. I'm not that guy because I feel like school was boring to me too. I think I was over advanced. I do. And they just didn't see that. Because every time I go to school, we do tests. We be told to do things, right? You got this much time to do it. I'm done with everything and I'm sitting around waiting on these fucking idiots in my class to get done, right? And it would always take the full amount of time. So I was always getting bored with school. So I don't feel like school is the greatest thing to try to get someone to go through unless they're going to go all the way through it. I think in today's time, trade school is where it's at. Send your sons to trade school. Get them trades. Get them 3 or 4 trades. A man that could be a journeyman, get their journeyman's license. A person that can fix any fucking thing can make a ton of money. A ton of money. We have a guy that works for our company that goes around and turns bolts, fixes things around the building, construction part of it, right? He's like a maintenance guy. And every one of us in this factory are wrench turners, know our shit. We calculate things. We do all these jobs in there, and we just watch this guy make all kinds of money, dude. All kinds of money. That man go in there and turn a screw and charge our company $300-400 for turning a fucking screw and tightening a door up or something. For real. So like them dudes make killer money. Get good in HVAC, plumbing, electrician, fucking know all of that, and you'll forever be in business.
So, I mean, there's, again, a lot of layers here. And also, I want to just let you know, the four of them actually waived their preliminary hearing today. So this case is going to go directly to a grand jury, and they've actually appointed a special prosecutor as well.
That's interesting because usually a defense attorney would say, hey, I want to see what the prosecution has. It gives us an opportunity to prepare. By the way, you talked about knowledge, okay? And I thought this was interesting. From all accounts, beyond the grandparents, the Siders were very isolated. There were other family members who didn't even were aware of the number of children that were in the family, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And that was shocking. So I was doing some digging on Facebook, and I did find a couple of Facebook posts from her brother. This hasn't been verified by law enforcement, but I am certain it's her brother. And he kind of made a comment. You know, he hadn't seen his sister in 15 years. He just recently saw her for the first time. And he made a comment that he thought she was almost indoctrinated. There was another comment made about welfare. He kind of surmised that, quote, the state knew. Again, we still don't know what the state knew, if any.
I don't believe that the state knew, because if they did, they would have made an entrance a lot long ago, I think. I think they were able to keep doing this. I think this started. Look at that kitty. Hi, little kitty. That's a different one. Hi, little kitty. You're under the car. Look at the little white kitty. You see the white kitty down here? Aw. Is he okay? Is that kitty okay? I want that white kitty. Go get that white kitty for me. You see him? Yeah, that's control. You see that kitty? You guys see him? I'm obsessed with cats. Thank you, L-Cat. I appreciate you, darling. Thank you for the love, man. Much shout out to L-Cat. Always showing love to us, man. Big ups to L-Cat.
Money! Yeah, baby, yeah!
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Right now, 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 right now.
Shout out to Elcat with the love. You see that kitty? You see him? That little white one. Right here. He's like right here. You can barely see him. He's cute. I do want that white cat. He's pretty. I'd like a white cat. I was trying to get a black cat before I got Karma. And the only reason why I took Karma is because he was the last one of all the kitties that were running around. And I felt like he needed a home. He was the last one. So I said, yep, I'll take him.
Thing, but reportedly there were no signs that the children were born inside of that house. Now there were also reports that this family did move around from county to county to sort of evade all of this type of attention.
So can Elizabeth be a victim while running away from place to place? Hiding this basically? So this had to have started when she started having a lot of kids, because it probably started when they started to go to school. And then she didn't put them in school, so they kept moving and moving, but she kept having more kids, making it worse on herself. Why in the hell would you have 16 kids is beyond me. Like, why wouldn't they talk about doing like their tube side or something, or a vasectomy long ago, dude? Like after 10th kid, maybe. That's is that too hard to figure up? Like maybe after their 10th kid, they could have had a fucking vasectomy or something, bro. Especially knowing that you don't fucking take care of them, loser.
But this is not a big house. We're talking about 16
What's up, Rebecca?
children in a 12 by 12 area. I mean, it all sounds so horrific, Jesse.
Who were apparently, or some of them, in this alleged condition for years, not going to school. By the way, just going back to the amount of kids, there were, for years, there were some media reports that put the total number of children that were birthed by Elizabeth at 20, and she was as young as 13 when she, apparently gave birth. What are those reports based on?
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Clearly, we've found one miscarriage, unfortunately, that surfaced, and
that is very true. Always pregnant, probably like needing him. You know what I mean? And that just puts more control into the situation. You're absolutely right. Good point. Good point. Keeping her fucking pregnant, that was a part of the control. Really? So she just kept moving and having more kids? Hello, tattooed gal. She just kept moving. Shilly shally, hello there. Just kept moving and like just evading what the CPS people would do. Why though? Why? When all these adults have to do is get a job and try to take care of their kids, they'll get help. But the problem is they were trying to hide them. So that makes it feel like she's not a victim. I don't know, man. I'm so strung out with this one. I don't know. I'm like, could she be a victim? Yeah, absolutely. Could she not be a victim? Oh, yeah. I don't know if she was raped, man. I don't know a person that would go through that much R wording. You know what I mean? That would have to be a lot of that shit. If she hadn't talked to her mother in 5 years.
We don't know yet the exact total, but I have also seen this floating around on Facebook. I have not been able to verify that just yet, but I kind of believe it. I'm really not putting it past this, these people at this point. And I'm so disturbed in so many ways because, her lawyer came out and said, Elizabeth Siders, she was exhausted. She was crying. Most people ask, when can I get out of jail? And she's asking about these children. But how do you
any mother would ask where her children are. But how do you put them through this, though? How do you put your children through this and you love them? I don't think they know what love is then. Because the pure sense of loving my children wouldn't allow me to let them sit in a diaper that's dirty, let alone sleep on the floor next to fucking cockroaches and mice all through the night. Ooh. Think about it. That's how gross this is. Like, roaches are horrible, freaking nasty ass creatures, man. They go where nastiness is and they leave nastiness behind. They poop all over the place. They're fucking gross. They're nasty creatures. They survive a freaking nuclear bomb, dude. You can't even kill these bitches off. The pics Becca Scoops showed of the two older girls were insane. They are gorgeous, clean, and have makeup on. So they're going to have to, at some point, try to track back when this started, right? Because if there's pictures of them looking good, were they doing it for the camera or were they like actually doing good and it was just long ago? I absolutely agree with that, and you did. I think he's the most volatile one in there. Gary Jr. had a big responsibility, man, and he failed. He failed horribly. And that would be a heavy responsibility for a young man. It would. Taking care of your parents that lost his mind, probably taking care of your mama, taking care of 16 fucking kids, and all that burden is on you. But guess what? Guess what? You did it. You did this. So you have to step up and do something. They said he was door dashing, but it was years ago. Like, that's not even real info, guys. He wasn't even working. He said he did a couple door dashes years ago. Yeah, he wasn't up. He wasn't man enough, y'all. And sadly enough, a lot of times jail doesn't even make you man up. You just become a worse person.
Have these children in this type of conditions.
Well,
I mean,
I think he's trying to lay the seeds for some sort of mental health defense. That's my guess. Before I let you go, by the way, the way everybody found out about this was there was a warrant against Gary Siders Jr. for public indecency. Do we know what that was about?
Yes, so there was actually 4 different occasions in May, like days apart, Jesse, of this indecent exposure charge. They were serving a warrant that day, which was June 30th, and obviously, that didn't exactly happen. But the criminal complaints in Ohio or in Vinton County, I pulled it. They don't give a lot of information except there was 4 separate occurrences in May. And he actually is supposed to be in court tomorrow, but that may be pushed back. So the docket says 10:45 a.m. on Thursday, but I've heard it might be moved because of this case.
I'm sure we'll learn more information about that. Lauren
Absolutely,
Conlon,
we will.
Great reporting.
People are going to fool you this to death right here.
All right, 2 different and very big stories that we've been covering on this show, both since they broke. And we just got an update that might make it a little harder to now report on them. I'm talking first about the so-called Ohio House of Horrors, where the judge has gagged officials from discussing this case as far as it's related to Gary Siders Jr., one of the defendants, the apparent father to the 16 children who
Drake,
were
y'all.
reportedly found in a small room
Piece
in
of
a
shit.
feces-covered, dilapidated house, barely able to communicate. Those are the allegations. LA Magazine contributor and friend of the show, Lauren Conlon, has been leading with her reporting on this story and obtained that order. Here is some of what it says. Quote, the court finds, given the publicity thus far, that any statements made to media by the Ohio Attorney General's office, the Vinton County Prosecutor's Office, Vinton County Clerk of Courts, and the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, and any party related to the investigation or prosecution of the alleged crimes, quite broad, including defense counsel, would create a reasonable likelihood of prejudicial pretrial publicity, which may impact the ability to impanel an impartial jury.
But that is only for him. So what, are they being tried separately? I don't think so. You got a co-defendant. Is it going to be a separate trial? That's different.
Now, so far, it appears that the other three defendants, Gary Jr.'s wife, Elizabeth Siders, the children's mother, and his parents, Christina and Gary Siders Sr., they don't share that same gag order. So maybe that could change. But the other big story.
I got a floating heart, y'all. I can finally see the gifts now, y'all. Thank you for hitting that gift box for me, LCAT. Appreciate everybody else that hit that gift box. Showing some love out of the gift box, baby. Much love.
That's facing a big
I got
roadblock. It has to do with the
heart.
story of the mystery of a missing retired general. We'll talk about retired General William Neal McCaslin, whose disappearance as
Oh yeah, this dude right here, he's missing, and they won't even release the FOIA. They denied requests to even fucking give us the information as public. I know what he's talking about here.
As you may know, kicked off a much bigger investigation and conversation into this dozen dead or missing scientists.
FBI denies FOIA related to missing general. Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna skip this a little bit because it really has nothing to do with it. But yep.
If officials are going to be talking about the case, I mean, they're kind of talking about it, you know, in a blanket way. I mean, each defendant, again, is charged with the same crimes, but specifically what his attorney cited when he filed this motion for the gag order, the things that he had issue with. He had issue with officials describing the conditions as pure evil, saying the children looked almost feral, saying that they've seen livestock in better conditions, calling the home disgusting, filled with human feces, talking about some of the children possibly dying if they weren't cared for in the next 24 hours. So
do you guys think that they're amping this up? I mean, that's a dumb question, man. We've seen the inside of this house. Even if the kids are wearing clean clothes at this point, look at the inside of this house, guys. They didn't even have up-to-date food items. It was. Did they have a home somewhere else? Did they live somewhere else, maybe? And then just caught them there? I'm just trying to wonder, like, 16 kids plus 4 adults makes 20 fucking people in that house. That's a 2-bedroom home. Maybe with a third added on to the back. But that's a small home. 20 people living. You're right, CG. I've seen traps better than this. I've seen dope houses work better than this. I've seen fucking bandos and shit better than this. Yeah, we are. You did. I think they're getting all that. It won't be long before we start seeing developments in this. It's going on a month now. We'll start to see some developments. People will start dropping FOIAs. I feel some info from the law is opinions of their views of conditions, regardless it was bad. That's what I'm getting at, Angela. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Do you think the law amped this up? Do you think maybe they said things that was sensationalized? But we all seen the fucking house, man. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying 20 people shouldn't have lived there because, by God, if you need a roof over your head and someone's willing to give it to you, yeah. If you're a child, I mean, you got to have a roof over your head. I would let any one of my family members move in, any one of them.
You know, he, like many
Any of my
defense
children,
lawyers,
any of them.
thought that this would prejudice a potential jury pool. And obviously that is correct. It absolutely would. But, you know, I've seen, again, that no.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna click on to Facebook while we watch some of this, and then I'm gonna bring up some things I see, and we can look at what Facebook is doing, because sometimes different sites have
Other
different stuff.
defendants have filed this, so I am very confused
That
at
may
why this
change.
makes a difference.
That may change. That may change when they see this, and it makes sense. I get that in a way, because this is a very unique case with very disturbing allegations. It's one thing for the media to report it, going to be a question of a change of venue, but to have the people involved in the case saying these things, I can get that argument. Let me ask you about this. I understand you got your hands on these 2021 truancy.
Her name is definitely fucking going viral on Facebook, y'all. Twitter too. A lot of people are talking about this, dude. Yeah, those videos hurt. I seen somewhere that the attorney general's trying to get money so that they can go arrest those people. I do. I've seen that. He's trying to get extra money on top of the million so that he's able to take care of people that have been invading in the investigation and shit. And I believe that's the people that broke in. I think I can find the video where I've seen it, but I thought I saved it, but obviously I didn't.
Complaints, okay? Right? And because the big question has been, did anybody know about the kids? Were they going to school? What did you learn?
Yes, I did see these complaints, and look, the kids were reportedly not in school for a full school year, 2021 into 2022. And when the juvenile courts went to serve the Siders family, they couldn't. They could not locate them. And I asked the courts if there were any follow-ups after this, or any follow-ups that I should be aware of, and they just said no. And what I find interesting also, under Ohio law, they also kind of create separate cases and actually name the children, and they're referred to as, quote, unruly children if they're not in school. It's kind of wild to me. I had never seen that before.
So just to be clear, they were listed as unruly children, but there was no follow-up by anybody to find out.
They were listed as unruly children. They were listed as unruly children. So they were going to look into them. Oh, that's a good post.
What was going on?
No, and I do have the name of this school. I have reached out to several administrators at this school that I saw were there a few years ago. So Jesse, if I get some information, I'll be back to discuss. Oh, I also wanted to mention to you, I spoke to DoorDash, who also wanted to distance themselves from Gary Siders, as there was reports that he possibly did some deliveries for them. And they were like, he did maybe 4 deliveries 2 years ago, and that's it. He was not an employee.
There you go. Not an employee, y'all. Deliveries 2 years ago, 4 years ago.
They want to distance themselves based on these allegations. Okay, let's talk about General McCaslin. So your FOIA request was denied.
FBI and how they that these
is it of public interest? I mean,
haven't gotten
psychological needs of those kids. Certainly heartbreaking.
What is that therapy? What is that help that they get? Because these children have been described by authorities as, quote, almost feral. barely able to communicate. We know that some have potentially intellectual disabilities. What happens to them now? What treatment do they get?
To be honest, it's really too soon to be making decisions about what's developmental and what's trauma related.
Sure.
There's 16 kids with 16 different temperaments, personalities, and all that. So right now, everybody's just got to slow down. The first one is the medical.
You guys are pretty even with this poll over here, man. Pretty cool, dude. I can dig it. I like it. I like it like that. I like it when y'all have different opinions and we can bounce these things off of each other. Yep. Hey. I like that shit. Good shit. Good shit.
Issues that have to be stabilized, the malnutrition, all of those different things.
I appreciate that. Let me ask you, you're dealing with different ages, assuming different perceptions of what happened. Generally speaking, what kind of treatment to deal with this experience could they potentially be receiving? What kind of therapy?
I think the challenge is where do they get the therapy too? Because as important as therapy to these kids right now is surrounding them with supportive adults
and love
systems to help them.
And love. They need all the love they can get, dude. They need to be with the best families that are doing foster care right now. Like there are families that do therapeutic foster care that are more hands-on, that are more mentally involved, and then there's just foster care parents, right? So let's hope that they're getting a lot of fucking care, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't either, man. I'm lost. I still think in my gut that this is a lot to do with drugs, man. I do.
And safety again in their nervous systems. There's going to be no magic therapy that's going to make it all go away. And each of the kid is going to be different. But what they need more than anything is the feeling of community and safety and connection to other than where they are. They're going to, each of them are going to have such a different reaction coming out of here. And, you know,
and they're split up as well.
It's going to be very, very scary, believe it or not,
and they're split up.
Situation. That's all for some of them, it's all they've known. It's very frightening.
People will look at this and say, my gosh, they don't have a chance. You know, that what kind of future do they have? But in your...
Yeah, the Turpins got treated, some of them. Some of the Turpins, not all of them, but some of them suffered even more abuse in foster care.
Opinion. What is the most realistic, best case scenario for them? A better way, I don't know if this is a better way of saying it. What kind of semblance of a normal life can they have after this experience?
You know, the wonderful thing is that the first thing is to really be clear that there can be, one of the challenges is going to be financial resources for sure for these kids. And that's something we've seen over and over with families in similar circumstances. Where do they get their housing? Where do they get money for the therapy? Where do they get the clothes? All of those things. But you know what? The cool thing, else I couldn't keep doing this work, is when we see the ones that really, really make it, and they do. I just ran into somebody not too long ago in a situation, I don't want to say her name, it wasn't clinically, but boy, she's doing great. And she was in a very similar situation. So the press has got to give them some time, let the legal system sort out all those legal issues, and really, let's hope they get supportive community support.
Their children,
each other too. Let me ask you real quick before I let you go. Your thoughts on the statements made by Elizabeth Sider's lawyer that she might be a victim, that her only concern was for her kids. Your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, his job right now is to be doing the legal support for his client, and I think, you know, he's doing his.
I think he fucking sucks. I do. I think they fucking suck. I think he sucks. I think he's dumb for getting up here. He's trying to win public's persuasion, I guess you might say. But here's, like, while I was talking about was she a victim or was she a horrible parent, we're going to take a look at this post here on Facebook, y'all. Somebody posted Elizabeth Sider's Vinton County 16 case discussion. It was a group they have by Lisa Goringer says, for everyone who wants Elizabeth Siders out of jail and reunited with her children, help me understand. Number one, if she could not call 911 as two children laid close to death, with one needing a ventilator, how do you suppose she will take care of children? How will she get any developmentally delayed children to therapies? The Ohio board has stated the children need intensive therapies. Number three, where the hell would she live? 4, how will she support herself and 16 children? Clothe them, feed them? How would she transport 16 children? I have read some crazy suggestions such as the county buys them a home. The county provides live-in nurses and nannies. The county buys her a bus. Yeah, right. Dude, these are just stupid fucking shit. That's what it is. That is not going to happen. Absolutely not. Nope. The county ain't going to do none of that. It's on her birth. Like you can't have 16 children, hide them from the world, and think that the county you live in is the burden to take care of you now. Oh, because you got caught. I definitely can't fly with that one, y'all. Let's see what else we got on here. It says, following confirmation that Elizabeth Sider is the biological mother of all 16 children. So that means she did birth all of them. Wow. Damn, dude. I wonder why Elizabeth was getting on Facebook and asking her to take all the photos of herself down. That's creepy, dude. Like people that just have you in a photo and they post you, why would you ask them to take that down? I don't get it. She's incompetent. Look at this house, man. Look at this house, man. And the news said that was all inside as well. They just pulled that out to get in where they needed to get in. Look at this house, man. Like, that's so much trash. That is so much trash that you can't even tell you what trash is down there. Look at this mess, bro. Like, this is unfucking real. Like, that's not even habitable. It's not even habitable, y'all. She got into it with all of them. Yeah, they got a bucket of Fireball, huh? They got a whole bucket of Fireball. That's the same room. Jesus. This is like the middle area. When you walk in the front door, this is there. Then there's a front bedroom, and then there's a back bedroom off to the side. That is horrible, yo. Horrible. Here it is. They don't look dirty there. Hi, Mandy. Get it cracking? That's not her. These guys with this AI, man. Ooh, Earth Haven News. Look at that, baby. That's Watts Creations in our chat. That's who shared us. Shout out to her for sharing us out, man. Much love, yo. Appreciate the love. That's us, baby. You can look clean but live dirty. For how long? Because you can appear to be clean, but only for so long. Right? I mean, you could fool a lot of people at family events if you're going to their house. But as far as fooling people at their house, no. There's no fooling anyone with that one. There's no fooling with that one. But you can appear to be clean, like going to family events. You could just get all dressed up and look clean. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yep. And then make everyone else believe that you're living clean. Don't let no one come to your house. But you can get the smell off, right? You can get smell off. Some of these pictures I don't believe are real. Gary smiles and waves at his woman. Ain't that cute, huh? Ain't that cute, Gary? It'll be a long time for you to see her. That's their children. This is their car. Look at the car, y'all. The car has mold in it. Jesus, man. What is this USA shit? Probably fucking tobacco. Amazing. Amazing, guys. Gary is far from a man. There he is. Look at Gary. Oh, Gary doing good, wasn't he? Got him a little mohawk. He looks like he should have 16 children, right? Right? Does he look like he should have 16 children to you? He looks high. He looks to be Indian, maybe. I think the attorney's just trying to do the right thing for her. He looks like a virgin. He does. He does. Oh, is that a gold necklace he's wearing too? He's wearing a gold necklace too while these kids. He's probably got 6 kids by then. 6 fucking kids by then. Whoa. I think that would have come out by now, Tony. I think if Elizabeth was the one that called the authorities, then that would have come out by now. Probably fake gold. Probably. Somebody said he gives me the creeps. I agree. I'd like to know how old this was. Him looking like this. That's like early 2000s, maybe he should be looking like that. I hope it ain't 2010 or sooner, later. So that was the live stream of Joey. That's the live stream, right? Let's see. I clicked it, y'all. Yeah, this is him giving his. Damn, this is a long watch, too. Yeah, this is 1 hour and 23 minutes. There's the video. We got the video pulled up. That is a real picture of Elizabeth, though. That one right there with the blonde. She looked much more vibrant, didn't she? I think drugs, man. That's the one thing that comes to my head and my gut every time I think about this is drugs. It looks to me like drugs took her over, man. It really does. Look at her, bro. Look. And she was with Gary at this time. I think it's drugs, man. I think the drugs have to do with a lot of this. I think drugs are practically the only reason why you would dilapidate the house like that, fucking not take care of your kids well. I think drugs are definitely in the picture. I don't know if they're all the problem, you know. Maybe there's a lot of mental health illness, a lot of grooming, a lot of horrible things, but I do think that drugs are definitely part of the story. We just don't know it yet. What? Elizabeth Siders is pregnant? Shut up. It's not real. Here's the creepo that married the other kid. And that's the other Sider that married a teenager. Yeah, he married a teenager as well. There's 4 Siders that married kids. Think about that. 4 people in that family that have married children. That's not creepy to say the least. You know, a pedophile is like somebody that only wants children. Yeah, but I don't know if they are able to release that right now, Regina. I'm not sure. Like a lot of the hospital stuff, we won't get until it comes out in like the court. Well, she was on drugs. All of that we probably won't get because of HIPAA laws. I just think there's a lot of people that do drugs, and then there's a lot of people that let drugs do them. And by that, I mean there are people in the world that can go out and enjoy a weekend of getting high, and then Monday they're back to work, you know? Or there are people that can get high before they go to work, get high at work, and get off work, go to bed, wake up, do it again, and they keep that cycle going. And that's what you call a managing addict or a functioning addict or whatever. But then there are people that just let the drugs do them, and they just let that just take over their lives, and that's the only thing they think about constantly. There's a lot of different drug addict types. Look at this little girl, man. Does that look like the little girl? Is that a baby behind her? No. Does that look like a little girl that would be now her? Like, well, I'm just saying there are people that do get high every day and go to work. Like they get high before work, they get high at work. Like I used to know a dude that done heroin and he was doing it at work. He would last at work, he would get off, do it. But then the first day he wouldn't have any, he wouldn't be at work. It will catch up because there's days you're not going to have them. There's just days you're not going to have the opiate and you're going to not be able to make it to work. She did look healthy, bro. Very much so. Doesn't look like a girl that would go on to not take care of her babies. So they do got cameras in there. They do. Jeez. That's Plunder, y'all. She's true to her shit. I trust Plunder. They do have cameras in the courtroom, y'all. They will have cameras in the courtroom, y'all. Oh, this is awesome for us. We will be able to see and know what's going on, probably. They're going to have cameras. I hope Law and Crime Network film this the whole way. I want to cover this. You idiots should have never done that to your children. Never. Who's this dude? Her brother? Yeah, that's what he said. There is going to be, yes, absolutely. It's fucking awesome for us. Yep. That's good for us React channels, man. Yep. Good shit. Dude, people are like, I can't believe people would want this family back together, bro. That's fucking insane. Are you guys fucking nuts? Do you need help? I mean, so they will have cameras in there. I'm happy about that. A new court order has now been filed in the Christina Sider case. The judge has ordered the defendants, prosecutor, attorneys, investigators, experts, and staff cannot publicly discuss. Okay. So she did it too. So she did it too yesterday. She filed yesterday to have a gag order. Yeah, that attorney she's got is fucking stupid, dude. Yep. See right here, he said he requested an additional 20,000 to help cover overtime and additional administrative costs. Yep. I seen this in a thing where he was talking about I wish I had the video up here. Like there's a video of him saying that they're gonna arrest the people that were in that home. I don't think they should be back together. I don't condone that. I don't. No way, Jose. Let's go over here and see what this has. Let's see if this has a good listen to it. This is her brother being interviewed, I guess. It's a hard watch because there's nothing to see.
Hey, can you all put Nikki in the box, please? Oh, I'm trying. What is this?
I am too. I can't even find the thingy, my bobber.
I know. That's what I said.
That's okay.
Jesus
Not
Christ, fill it up.
talking about the case whatsoever. You're not going to get any tea to go share with anybody else. Some friends talking to each other. Laugh and make fun of people's disabilities. When he was a very small child, he went hunting and shot off his big toe.
I find it funny. Don't worry
It's
about
funny. It's just, oh, brother.
I find it funny.
Hey, babe, you should turn the camera off because I'm telling you, the lurkers, they are able to take a screenshot and find your location. You just point it at the sky. I don't want anybody finding out where we live.
It's not. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. I took a bite and I was like, "Hey, it's still pretty good, actually."
Okay.
Worse, so.
Everybody coming in, we won't be talking about any cases whatsoever.
Well, I got no reason to watch him then. Sorry. Don't want to watch him. So what he's doing is probably trying to get his name bigger off of her. Wow. What the fuck, bro? He's gonna use his sister to get clout. Amazing. That's all they talk about. Yeah, I watched it for a little bit. It's a hard watch, man. It's going to take a lot for the kids to be normal. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think it's going to take a whole lot. And the first thing you need to give them is love and attention. The last thing they need is to be put into a room and told, behave. What's up, Angel? I'm a September angel too. But the last thing they need is to be like, you know, sheltered in like a foster home or foster care where they're not getting shown any love or attention. That's what they need the most is I would say the attention and the love. I think for a while you should do anything you can for these children just to establish that you should see a better way. You should be I don't know. The women are falling for it. Well, let's look at the women. That's what I would ask. What women? What women? We'll see a movie on this. I agree. I agree. See there? Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Looky here, y'all. I scrolled through it on Facebook just a little bit further and look what I found. I'm not the only motherfucker that thinks it. I'm not the only idiot, am I? I'm sorry, man. I just don't think that the normal person without drugs would all live this way. You know? I just don't. I think that here's the scenario that I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I see a young man in Gary Siders. I'm September 28th. I see a young man in Gary Siders that probably had a drug habit that took everybody in the family down with him. He probably took the mom and dad's money, what was ever left over. He probably, who knows? We see what drug addicts do. He was under the influence, but what was he on? He wasn't drunk. I think that the one thing that let them go that dirty would be drugs. Like, I think that's the only thing because that's not only dirt, that's years of not cleaning. That is, and not only is that not cleaning, that's being just filthy by throwing your trash anywhere and like not cleaning up after yourself, not wiping something down. That is being so filthy that trash was piling up. What's usually out there in the sticks? Hillbilly methamphetamine. He probably was a fucking meth head, to be honest. And that's kind of crazy because usually speed have these people cleaning, but it doesn't. It has a reverse effect. Once you keep doing it, you start to just become lazy, and that's all you want to do is sit around and smoke fucking meth. Yep, absolutely. The only clean thing in the house was the bathtub. It even had some stuff in it, but how much was caused by people breaking in, we don't know. But it didn't get that bad from people breaking in. I know that. So true, Chris. So true, man. But that could have been a way for him to not, like, maybe she wanted to leave at some point. And that could have been his own mechanism of keeping her around, keep impregnating this woman. You never know what someone's true intentions are. You never know. Like, some people he may have had an ulterior motive. I don't know how that's true, Arista. Like 16 kids and they didn't have him cleaning up. If you had a chore chart, you could have a kid doing something once every 2 weeks and have it clean. You got 16 kids. That's a lot of kids to help clean. 3 kids a day do this. 3 kids a day do this. And it'd be like days before you'd have to do anything again. My mother would have made me clean up after myself. She said, you go, I don't care what you do. You make a mess, you clean it up. I don't want to go in there and see no fucking mess that you just didn't clean up. You left it for me? I don't think so. You know, that's the way my mama was. And she was true. She was right. She'd clean the fucking house spick and span, and then she'd expect you to clean up after yourself. That way she didn't have to keep cleaning. It's so true. How long is this video, I wonder? I don't know. This guy here's a joke. That guy's a joke. See, I'm not the only person, man, that believes that drugs were involved. Because when you start to ask yourself why, you go, well, how? How could you let your house get that way? I think mental illness you would still clean too. And I'm not a professional on mental illness, so don't get me wrong. Like I really don't know anything about it. I'm not no fucking psychiatrist. But like I think it's just an altered state of mind. It has to be like an ultra state of mind, an altered state of mind that would get you to believe that that's okay. Like you have to come to terms with living that way at some point. Yeah, he's not a man. No, ladies, that's not a man. A man would not have allowed his children to even dream of living that way, guys. There's no way, dude. No way. You know how many fucking diapers this guy right here has changed? I'm the diaper fucking changing king, man. I could change one quick as shit. Hold legs up, wipe him down. Bam! Got him. I'm a beast. I'm a beast, man. I've changed diapers in the car, in a vehicle seat. I've changed diapers on fucking water slides. I've changed diapers at the laundromat. I've changed diapers in the parking lot. I've changed diapers everywhere, buddy. Believe that. Hell yeah. I'll pop them down. Woo, I change a diaper quick as fuck. Put me I don't know if Karma would wear a diaper. I don't think he would wear it. I think he would tear it off. He's particular, man. I'm just now getting to where I can rub his tummy a little bit sometimes. He don't want me near his tummy. He don't want me near his ass. He's a little fucker, man. He's particular. Oh, we will be on Rebecca tonight. But make sure y'all go over there and hang out with us on Rebecca's channel as well. She's having a fuck around and find out. Ooh, I just got a 100. 100. Thank you, Arista. Awesome of you. Yeah, make sure y'all go over and let me get you a link for that. I'm going to get you a link real quick for her channel. Did you guys learn anything about the Bible last night over on Crazy Cat? I'm going to quit, man. I'm going to quit, guys. I got to be nice. People said I got to be nice. I got to be nice, guys. Did y'all learn anything with that 4-hour sermon? You guys get anything with that 4-hour sermon last night? I don't think you did. I doubt it. I think y'all was just hanging out there to troll on her channel. That's what I think. Y'all don't really like Kathy. Y'all just go over there to talk about me, and I love it. I love it. I love it. They invade other people's channels about me. I love that shit. Keep up the good work. I don't give no fucks. I like that shit. Let's see here, man. Try to get up off of here. Make sure y'all go over and sub to her. Let's see what the real Lighten Uncut has put out, y'all. Robbie Rob did a video. Let's see what Robbie Rob. Oh boy, let's go see what Robbie Rob has to say. I can't watch her or Toddy. Neither can I. Neither can I, man. I'm just being honest. Oh, Robbie Rob.
He's been up here doing community service with the church. I'm on my way, Curls.
Okay.
I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
I just got
What's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up, homie?
I just found out where she at. She over at the other apartments. And my man Dante just told me.
What's up, baby? Come here,
My phone just keep calling Curls.
Hi, my baby.
Curls, my buddy. That
Curls, my child.
Black Curls.
My
Black
baby.
Curls ain't bad. What's up, homeboy?
Chilling, man.
This is my baby.
He don't look too high today, y'all.
This is my baby, Diddy. Oh, he's my baby. He's my baby. He loves me.
He just comes over here to show me love and goes back over there to lay down. Oh, he's up here now. Where are you at, Karma? Oh, you can't see him. He's sitting up on the desk. Speaker's in the way. Yeah, Robbie's a little out there, man. Rob injects methamphetamines. So his addiction is a little bit rough than the crackheads.
Glad to see you.
Man, I thought you been in front. I'm riding all around
He's not as high as usually is,
the
though.
church.
No, I had went back in. I seen a lady want to talk to me. They love
You
me.
ain't do no community service? You ain't do no community activist?
The last I missed the last one because
They packed now. What you over here doing now?
I come in to give me a little supply.
Get that stuff away?
Yeah, eat.
Up there getting shit. He's got a place to live. His woman actually has a YouTube channel. And he's out here running the streets doing drugs. And she gets on YouTube and kind of vlogs her life a little bit. I guess you might say that. She does sit down talking all day with her, you know. She does IRL content. And you never see Rob. You never see him. He's always in the streets. They fight all the time. Yep. I guess she's moving out of North Carolina and she's not taking him.
You know Tuesday.
Oh, word up.
Yeah, spaghetti today. So.
Spaghetti?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What you been up to, man?
Chilling, man.
So he's not on drugs here.
Trying to missing you, though. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, man. But yeah, I'm good, though.
I seen that boy yesterday, boy. He say, hey.
Oh, I found your man.
Yeah, he called me. I did a video with him. He say,
got dreads.
I did a video with Chi-Town, man. Chi-Town funny as hell.
Hey, I'm a boy, man.
He said he thought you were trying to talk to this old lady.
That's what he upset for.
That's what he told me?
No, man, she just crazy as it is, you know? You know?
Yep. That's true, man. Make sure y'all go over and hang out with us on Rebecca tonight, man. I'm going to jump up off here. Robbie Rob's not so high today. Robbie Rob's not so high today, y'all. Let's see here. There's a lot of videos on the Real Right Uncut channel that were pretty sad lately. There's a couple, and one of them's pregnant. She's out there with a 20-year-old boyfriend. It's bad. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, man. As this case continues to go on, I think we're going to get a lot more information. So everything that I say is completely out of opinion. I know that everything y'all say is opinion based and everything like that. So I just want to say that it's all out of opinion. But I'm going to stay on this. I am. Because there's something about hurting kids and shit that I just don't like. And I want to see justice is what I want to see. I don't want to see these people get off. I will not be rooting for the bad guy this time. It's not free Elizabeth. It's not free Gary. No way, Jose. Lock them up. Lock them up. Because guess what? The penitentiary is what taught me to change. Yep. Changed my ass right the fuck up once I seen I kept going back. I was like, uh-oh. Looks like I'll keep doing this if I keep doing what I'm doing. So I stopped doing what I was doing. Y'all have a beautiful evening, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you go follow this link right over here and hang out with us tonight. It should be fun. Bless y'all. Peace.